Eagles, now the Saints, a team I think has the best roster. He'll talk about Tom Brady, like to defend him, like to face him. He faced him 3 times this year. All right, Joy. If I asked you who you like to win, I'm going to give my pick in 2 minutes.
I have my pick.
Give us one. You don't have to. Is it a secret? What do you
no, it's not a secret. The Fox Sports Radio just tweeted all of our picks.
Okay.
So. Yeah. No, I have the Chiefs winning 38-34.
Okay, you have a shootout.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm reading Clark Hunt. He's the CEO and the Kansas City Chiefs chairman, and he's talking about how, Mahomes is so much better, so much quicker than Jordan, and Jordan took time and time and time. I think one of the things about the NFL that is so unique, and I've always been a big fan of recruiting and the NFL draft. I have friends who have listened to me in Los Angeles 15 years ago, and they're like, you were so into the draft. Like, who cares about drafts? A friend of mine always says that. He goes, you were so into it, you made me into the draft. This is one of the things, this is why I love the draft and why I love football. In baseball, Bryce Harper, everybody knew he was going to be great at 16. We knew A-Rod was going to be great at 17. They were writing stories about him. In the NBA, LeBron and Kobe were turning heads at 15 and 16. Tiger, 13 years old. Serena and Venus, 12, 13. Connor McDavid hockey. In every other sport, there's no big surprises on the next star. In the NFL, you have no idea where they're coming from. Josh Allen went to a JUCO. Russell Wilson had to transfer. Brady backed up in college. Mahomes had a losing record at a losing program. Aaron Rodgers, nobody offered him a scholarship. He went to a junior college. You have no idea where the next, forget the player, the next star of the league comes from. Think about this. From 2000 to 2017, that's almost 2 decades, the number one high school football quarterback recruit, 17 years of the number one. One even starts in the NFL, and he's never won a playoff game, Matt Stafford. 1 of 17 starts in the league. It doesn't work that way in basketball. It doesn't work that way in hockey. Connor McDavid was playing juniors in Canada. He was 15 years old, and everybody was like, oh, he's the next Gretzky. Bryce Harper, A-Rod. You see it coming for miles. You have no idea. Think about this. The last 3 number one quarterbacks all transferred. Joe Burrow transferred. Baker Mayfield transferred. Kyler Murray transferred. First team's like, nah, you're not good enough. All right, go to the other place. It's really amazing. There's nothing else like it. Serena Venus, talking about that when we were kids. Tiger was kids. That's the way it works in every sport. Michael Phelps was at the Olympics at 15. There are no late bloomers at the Olympics. Like everybody knows when you're 13, 14, 15 Olympic sports, you're going to be the next star, men or women. So it's who would have guessed Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady? One couldn't start in college, one didn't, lost. In fact, I've said the last time that I can really think of it where there was a legendary high school quarterback, legendary college, came to the NFL, was Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was unbelievable in high school. He was unbelievable in college. He was very good. That one was like, you could see Peyton Manning was a 78-mile-an-hour curveball. You could see it coming for miles. It was a bad boxer. You could see the right hook for miles. Peyton Manning was, he's going to be good. 5 years later, he is good. 6 years later, he's in the NFL. That's it, though. It doesn't work that way. Everybody's transferring, going to junior college. Big Ben's going to Miami of Ohio. It's crazy.
Maybe it has something to do with the fact that there's so many more moving parts in football than there are in other sports.
You depend on more people.
Like in an individual sport like Michael Phelps or Serena or, a track star, like it's just you. Like you're just going to be better or you're not. You can't rely on anybody else. It's just you running the race. It's just you swimming. Like there's a lot of moving parts in football. Maybe that has something to do with it.
You really rely on other people for your success.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Football practice is hard. It weeds a lot of people out. Like I've talked to general managers for years. They're like, the reason the NFL draft, half the NFL is undrafted, which is insane. It's insane. They're like, you can measure biceps, 40s, shuttle, bench. What you can't measure is, for the first time in a football player's life, you get this in boxing a little too, somebody punches back. Like in the NBA, Giannis, he's dunked over everybody since he was 15. Like there's nobody. But in football, he hits you as hard as you hit him. And that's within you. Some guys just don't have the stomach to get hit. They bulldoze their way over high school players. They bulldoze their way over college players. And they get to the NFL, and they get bulldozed occasionally, and they don't like it. The bully gets bullied, and they don't like it. And that's part of the NFL. It weeds out a lot of people beyond athleticism. All right, so let's just make a pick. Like many games in the playoffs, I had very little conviction. In fact, the most conviction I had, really, honestly, was Green Bay over Tampa, and that didn't work out. So I say this knowing I can see several outcomes. But I get a lot of more with Kansas City -3. They're more dynamic with extra time. Andy Reid is 26-5 following a bye, best in NFL history. They're more dynamic, period. 34 points a game in Patrick Mahomes, 7 career playoff starts. They have more experience. 33 different players on their roster have played in the Super Bowl, Tampa 6. They're more capable of playing in bad environments. They were the only NFL team to go undefeated on the road this year. I have more proof Kansas City's better than Tampa because I saw them chew them up and spit them out in Week 12. I have proof, more of it, that Mahomes will handle the pressure. In 2 playoff games, when throwing the ball with pressure, Mahomes has a passer rating of 102. In 3 playoff games, when Brady faces pressure, he has a quarterback rating, a passer rating of 31. I have more proof that Tom will struggle early in this game. In the first half of his last 3 Super Bowls, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, and a 74.2 quarterback rating. I've just got more signs that Kansas City's better and more signs that Brady will struggle early and against pressure. I think a lot of this game is played within the 20s. I think Super Bowls, though Tampa has a deeper roster, are generally decided by stars. I will take Kansas City to win 31-24. I do not say this with great conviction. The weather's crappy. It hurts the more vertical offense. That would be Kansas City. Tampa's at home. The Chiefs have a major left tackle injury. They're using a backup against a dominating pass rush, JPP, Shaq Barrett. Vita Vea is healthy, meaning the Chiefs won't run a ton. But like last year, I thought San Francisco was better than Kansas City. I thought they had a better defensive line and offensive line than Kansas City. And then the Chiefs scored 21 points in 5 minutes and 5 seconds and blew my bet out of the water. I find it very difficult to bet against special. There's so many reasons I would take Tampa in this game. Brady's experience, they're playing at home, their defensive line is better, their linebackers are better. I think overall their defense is scarier. But I'll take Kansas City. 31-24. I've just got more proof. More dynamic, more wins off a bye, more capable of blowing out Tampa because I've seen it. Less chance of a quarterback struggling early. Mahomes over Brady. More pressure hurts Brady more than Mahomes. And there you have it. By the way, Brady's been sacked 5 times when under pressure. Mahomes only 1. Mahomes does have, I was listening to Aqib Talib talk about this the other day. Every quarterback has a kind of a style the way they play. And Peyton Manning was known for having busy feet. He was always moving his feet. It looked nervous. Everybody's got something. Omaha, and nervous feet. When you look at Mahomes, his signature style is the back pedal. He just keeps back. He has such confidence in his arm. He just keeps backpedaling and backpedaling. He's like 12 steps deep, and it doesn't really matter. He can make those throws. So even though Tampa will get pressure, Mahomes is sort of a master of backing up, and still burning you. But we'll see. If we got 16, 18-mile-an-hour winds, Tyreek Hill over the top's not going to happen. So, it's the way a Super Bowl should be. I'm happy either way. I know y'all think you're a Brady fan, but I do think, and I've said this for years, there is a little bit of a LeBron fatigue in the NBA. He's dominated for so long. There's a Brady fatigue. I think if Kansas City wins, my numbers are higher Monday on this show than if Brady wins. I think people come in, oh, Colin, what are you going to say about your guy Brady? And I think Brady and LeBron are respected, but I do think there's a little bit of a fatigue going on. And I think for the NFL, I think Kansas City winning's better. I think we have a dynasty. Leagues get a little concerned, but the NFL ratings for 20 years with New England went up. And they were up with the Steelers, and they were up with the Niners. When they're not up is when quarterback plays average and anybody can win.
Dynasties are better. Fans think that they hate them, but they actually watch more.
Of course.
In a way, it gives you someone to root against.
As long as